pain is weakness leaving the body. There's a lot of truth to that because, walking through things that are painful are, sometimes the best way to get out of it. Pain is a signal that says something's wrong. It's a signal that says, maybe we should do something different today. Let's try something different because this hurts. Life hurts. I've lived in the same uncertainty and fear. I've walked through it for years. We all have uncertainty and fear in our life of some degree, but when you're racked with it and gripped with it on a daily basis about your situation and what's going on and where you're at in life, it's hard to see a way out of that. It really is. When you're just in the darkness and in the middle of this crazy tunnel, it's hard to see the light at the end of it when you're just surrounded by it. But at some point, you gotta light your lamp of your heart. The lamp of the heart, man, is where hope comes from. And I've been hopeless, I've been depressed, I've been in that situation, and it hurts really bad. But at the same time, man, you've got to start changing those patterns of thinking. You've got to start changing the way you relate to things. You got to start changing your perception. And a lot of it comes from God, man. Without a spiritual connection, there's really no point. I get into this existential nihilism where it's like, well, sun's gonna go supernova at some point anyway, so what's it all for? It doesn't matter. None of this matters. Easy to get into that existential angst and what is all this for? What am I doing the motions of life? I'm just in the rat race, paying the bills, dealing with family, personal stuff. What is it all for, really? Nothing. And that's when you gotta come to some sort of realization that you're here to learn a lesson from this life. I can't teach you that lesson. That is a lesson that has to be waged within you. I can help lead you to that lesson, but when you get to that door, you got to open it yourself, and you have to be bold and fearless to take that journey of self-discovery, of real work. It's uncomfortable. Life, it's an inside job, what they say. But at the same time, man, hurt people. And I don't want to hurt anybody anymore. I've hurt my loved ones, my friends, everyone around me, and my family. It gets old hurting people, and you want to do better for them, you want to do better for yourself, and it's just, at some point, man, you got to get angry. You got to make some changes. You got to decide, you want something better out of life, and then put in the work. That's the hard part, is putting in the work. It's about, putting the pennies in the piggy bank, man. It's a cumulative interest that keeps growing. And, it's identity-based stuff. If I want to be an athlete, if I consider myself an athlete, I work out regularly. I eat well. I take care of my body. I quit smoking. If I'm a Christian, I read the Bible. I used to only have faith in other people's faith. And, I gotta have faith in my own faith. I gotta have my own faith in God. I gotta read the Word and get into the Word and talk to people about it. And, I read 5 Thessalonians every day. I spent a lot of years asleep, physically induced with drugs. I don't know. I just spent a lot of years asleep, and 5 Thessalonians talks about we should be awake with the light. We are not of the darkness, we are of the light. So therefore we should be awake and be prepared for when the day of the Lord comes. It'll come like a thief in the night. While people are saying peace and security, it'll come upon them like labor pains to a pregnant woman. I want to be prepared for that day. I want to be prepared to live life, man. And preparation takes work. Preparation takes something that needs to be thought about. And it needs to be planned ahead, and it needs to be really carefully looked at. And it goes on to say, put on the breastplate of faith and love and the helmet of salvation, of the hope of salvation. we have to wear that armor, that spiritual armor that protects us from other things in the world and protects us from, negative people. And, if you're walking in a certain identity, who can tell you otherwise? Who can tell me I'm not doing what I'm doing? I'm living for Him, the story that's written on my heart. And you need to find that story that's written on your heart. And I encourage you to do so. 5 Thessalonians ends talking about, we should encourage each other just as you're doing, and take care of one another. And I'm living more faith forward today, and I'm trying to encourage you guys, because there's been people in my life that were instrumental in encouraging me and lifting me up and building me up, and I want to be the same for people, because I don't know, I might be that miracle to somebody today. Small little things that you don't think are anything, well, God has a weird way of working. There was a dusty semi-truck written in the back that says Jesus saves, that saved me when I was 25. I was 25, and I really didn't, like I said, I had faith in other people's faith, and I didn't get into the word really like that. I'm not going to get into that this morning. I'm going to be on some positive stuff this morning. So God bless you guys. I encourage you to love life, to love that spark, that creativity, the fire within. The fire. Be a warrior. Be a holy warrior. Be in that spirit. Live life. You can push through the obstacles. The obstacle sometimes is the way. 2020 was horrible for everyone. It was extra horrible for me. I lost pretty much everything. I lost my job, I lost my car, I lost my sanity. But it was a blessing. It was liberating, honestly, losing everything and letting go. I got through a lot of codependent stuff through it, because I don't owe anybody anything, and neither do you. You owe yourself. You owe yourself happiness. You owe yourself emotional clarity of vision to see things in your life, and to recognize behaviors. You owe yourself serenity and peace in your heart. So I love you, friends. Have a wonderful day.